The recipes we're doing today are really geared towards the home cook, just to show how easy it is to use Pez powder and the different uses, the different flavors, on how you can apply them to food or beverages. It's so easy to do, whether it's salmon or shrimp or tuna, or whether it's, making your own cocktail at home, sprinkle on fruit. You have it in your pantry, cut some fruit. So it really is just something you can pull out and kind of just go at it and not spend a lot of time cooking. Hi, my name is Bret Thompson. I'm the chef and owner of Pez Cantina, and I am very happy to be here with you today. I'm cooking one of my favorite dishes. I'd say one of my favorite types of food, which is Mariscos, which is a chilled seafood kind of genre of Mexican food. And the dish we're doing today, it's a blackened Ahi Tuna tostada. So we're gonna take what's a general, like a very traditional tostada, but we're gonna kind of do our little twist on it. So let me kind of introduce you to the ingredients a little bit here. We've got this beautiful Ahi tuna, which we've cut into blocks, just a center cut, which is just very clean and there's no sinew. And then we're going to use Pez powder black, which is our chipotle and lime seasoning. And we've got all the ingredients to make a tomato cucumber pico de gallo. And then on the side, we're gonna do a Mexican fruit salad, and we're gonna sprinkle Pez powder original on that, kind of showing you how you can use the two flavors. So to that, I'll get started on the tostada. I've got a small saute pan here, shallow. You can use a small stock pot or a sauce pot, but I like this because it's very visual. And you can kind of see there's a little bit of smoke here. You wanna get the oil hot. I use avocado oil here. I like the avocado oil because it's nice and neutral. You don't want to use an extra virgin. You want to use an avocado oil, canola oil, corn oil, peanut oil would work, something neutral. So it's kind of hot. I'm going to put this guy in here like this. Push it down so that it fries evenly. And you kind of turn it over a couple times. It's not difficult to know, but when you put it in there, if it starts browning too fast, just turn down the fire a little bit and let it go a little bit slow like this. Push it down, and now it's kind of flat. You can see it's starting to brown just a little bit there. So keep it going. And it really takes just a second to do that. But really important when frying things, you want to season the fried product when it's hot because it sticks better. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle a little bit on there, not too much because we're going to put some on the tuna and season the salad as well. Show you how you can kind of double utilize this pan. I'm gonna leave a little bit of the oil in there, put the rest over here. In this case, I've got the Pez powder black, chipotle and lime seasoning, and I'm gonna take the tuna, and I'm just gonna dredge it in there, kind of lay it in, pat it down a little bit so it grabs as much seasoning as possible. Don't worry about it's not too salty, so it's not gonna come off. It's not like you're putting in complete salt. It's actually got chili and lime, so it's actually a really nice balance. Now this pan, you want it to be pretty hot. You can see it smoking already. I've got a little bit of oil in there, not too much, just enough to kind of sear it really kind of wakes up all the chili in the fish. We're gonna do it really quickly. We don't wanna overcook the fish. This quality of tuna, you really wanna keep it at medium rare to rare because the quality of the tuna is so nice, you don't wanna take away from that. So you certainly wanna keep it a nice red color in the middle. So very, very fast. Flip this guy over. You see it's got a nice little blackening color here. And so literally it's like 15-20 seconds per side, and that's it. I'm gonna take this guy out. So that is all the cooking we're gonna do. This is a nice dish because it's actually very simple just to have that ready to go, and then you can kind of prepare your salad now. And make sure you have a sharp knife. I'm gonna sharpen up my nice knife here. Okay, so first what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these baby tomatoes in half. A little trick you can do is you can take a few tomatoes like this, put them on the cutting board, and kind of just go across the cutting board like this, and you'll cut a few of them all at one time. Not that you're cutting one at a time. Miss those two. Now these baby tomatoes, you can see they're really, really red and vibrant and ripe. The reason why I like to use Persian cucumbers is because you don't have to peel them. The skin is very, very thin, and also the flavor is just phenomenal. And so we're gonna dice them. Keep your fingers back. Make sure I tend to cut a little fastest because seems like in the restaurant I'm always in a rush, but at home it's nice to kind of just slow it down a little bit and do your thing. I do about equal parts tomato and cucumber. You can absolutely do more cucumber, more tomato. It's really up to you. Now the onion, I've peeled this. I use a red onion because I think it's a little bit less, it's a little less bitey than a white onion. I'm just gonna kind of slice it. I'm keeping this connected here. Just kind of finely dice it like this. Definitely not as much onion as tomatoes and cucumber. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna have is a little bit, this is a Sereno chili. And the difference between a Sereno, it looks kind of like a jalapeno, but it's a little skinnier. Definitely spicier. I'm gonna leave the seeds in there. I'm not gonna put the entire chili in there because I don't want it to be too spicy. But I'm also cutting that very, very fine. And I'm gonna stop till it gets like, this is like really where all the seeds are. So I'm gonna stop right there. That's definitely gonna be spicy enough. And then we've got some cilantro. And I'm gonna just go right at the bunch. I've pre-washed it and dried it. You know, I'm cutting it right like this, what's called chiffonade. And then I'm gonna just scoop it up with my knife. I often just take my knife like this and kind of just scoop it up. We're gonna season it now. Kosher salt, some freshly ground pepper, freshly ground, of course. If you can, do not use pre-ground pepper. It makes a huge difference to use fresh pepper. And then I've got these Meyer lemons. Again, I'm using Meyer lemons. You can use limes, you can use lemons, you can use whatever, sour citrus you like. I've got a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I think it's something unique about the ceviche. It kind of gives it a little bit of a round, fatty mouthfeel. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toss it like this. Sometimes I'll make a salad like this and kind of wrap it like in a pita. So try it, of course. Seasoning is very, very good. Okay, so for our garnish, I've got some red radishes. Now we're gonna cut the little stem off. What I have here is called a mandolin, and the mandolin is a little device that allows you to slice it very, very thin. Be very, very careful because it is super sharp. So slice it like this, so you can see it's super, super thin. And then I'm gonna use a little bit of the green part of the scallion, and I'm gonna cut it on a bias, meaning not straight across, but on a bias. And it just kind of gives it like a nice dramatic touch to the presentation. So when we developed Pez powder, we quickly saw that it was so versatile that it was really great on so many different dishes, food, beverages. And once we were to get to 3 different flavors, then the sky was the limit. There were so many different things we could do. So just for example, in the bar, you can use it for, margaritas and Bloody Marys and micheladas and mocktail margaritas that don't have alcohols, like my kids love to drink, like just a lemonade rimmed with Pez powder. We're gonna assemble the tostada. Here's the avocado crema we made earlier. And put as much as or a little as you like, and then we're gonna put some of this Pico de Gallo. Ooh, I can still feel that chili in my mouth. It's pretty spicy. If you don't like it so spicy, you can, put less chili, use jalapeno, or don't use any chili at all. Sometimes I'll put red bell pepper, or red and green bell pepper, or red and yellow bell pepper. It gives it a little more color. Now for the tuna, I'm gonna use a special knife. It's a Japanese sushi knife. It's a misono. I'm gonna cut it nice and thin. You look at that gorgeous color, and then some avocado, the radishes, and then some of our scallions. Yeah, why not? Let's just put a little bit on the plate to make it look a little pretty garnish. And then if you want to make it, even prettier, all the little things that make a dish so nice and presentable. Put some Pez powder on the lemon like that. Even take some Pez powder, kind of sprinkle on a plate. Really gives the dish like whole another level of texture. So we love using fresh ingredients out of our own garden. We're really fortunate to have an amazing, kind of garden around the house. We use garlic chives and rosemary and lavender. We've got sorrel, which is like a lemony spinach. We've got a bay leaf tree in the back. During the summertime and spring, we'll start planting tomato seeds and cucumbers and squash and that kind of stuff. So, the ability to be able to cook in the kitchen and then say, oh my gosh, I really want to put some certain herb in there, sage or thyme, and running out to the backyard and grabbing it and throwing it into the dish is just like such a plus. Growing herbs and vegetables is something that it's really so easy to do once you find the right place for it, and not everything grows great. It's got to have the right sun, it's got to have the right soil, the right water, the right drainage, that kind of stuff. So, but when you do find that, it really is kind of a no-brainer. So now that we've got the tostada done, we're gonna do the little side Mexican fruit salad. And I've got some great ingredients here, some of my favorite. And I just kind of use whatever is seasonal right now. So we've got some jicama, mango, and these are called Kent mangoes, the larger. Actually, this is a kind of a smaller one, but these are kind of more readily available. And so we use that today. We've also got kiwi, which might sound like an odd match, but actually works really, really well because we're gonna season this with the Pez powder original. Cucumber, yes, cucumber, and some pineapple. So, all right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the pineapple. So I'm gonna cut the head off like this, and then cut the bottom off. You wanna kind of create like a flat platform. Now, when you're cutting it, I don't mind a little bit of you know, those spots on the side like that. Not too much, but you don't have to dig into the pineapple so much. Again, it's, you know, it's really as you wish, but I don't really mind leaving a little bit in there. If it's too much, you can kind of go back a second time, hit those guys up, take them off like that. And I'm not gonna use the entire pineapple, so I'm just gonna peel half of it. And then you've got this core down the center, so I'm gonna kind of just work around the core. I'm gonna cut one straight down, one more time like that. So I'm just kind of avoiding the core a little bit. It's right there. And I'll set that aside. All right, and we're gonna cut these just into like some sticks. And we're gonna have some fun with the presentation. I've got two little boys, Levi and Luke, and they love this salad. I'm sure maybe one of them might roll in here soon because they smell me or they hear me talking about this. They just love it. So we're gonna do a jicama. Hey buddy.
Hi.
What's going on? You heard what I was saying, huh?
Yeah.
Want a little fruit salad?
Yeah.
Okay, so you like jicama, huh?
Yeah.
So we're gonna cut this, we're gonna peel this like this. And sometimes what we'll do is we actually saw this cool thing in Mexico where they have these huge jicamas and they cut these slabs and they dipped them in Pez powder and chili and lime and stuff. So, right, that was amazing.
Chamoy.
Yeah, with chamoy. Okay, so we're gonna just peel it. You can use a peeler as well, but I'm going to just use my knife. If there's any brown marks like that, just, you know, don't hesitate cutting it off. Okay, so I'm gonna cut those kind of in the same shape as I cut the cucumber and the pineapple, kind of in like thick kind of strips like that. And then some, just like that. All right, set those aside. I love jicama. Jicama is great. It's like, it's a root vegetable, kind of sweet, very juicy. Gotta love jicama. Okay, the last one here is gonna be mango. I'm sorry, second to last, mango. And we're gonna peel this. Now, with the mango, you have a pit in there, and the pit is oval, and you wanna make sure you identify the direction. And you can always tell because the mango is kind of oval, so you know the pit is going this way. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel it. Again, you can use a peeler. I like to use my knife. What do you prefer, your knife or your peeler?
I'm not really good at using the peeler, so I just use the knife.
Right? Actually, you guys have a fancy way of doing it, right? You guys kind of,
Oh yeah.
right? You just peel it off. Actually, you peel the whole skin off, right?
Yeah, well, like it's like an X in the middle, and then you just put it like down, and then you just peel it.
Right? Kind of score it like that first. Okay, so you can see that. I'm gonna get the little skin off here. So you can see that it's kind of oval now, right? Yeah, a little more skin here. Okay, so we're gonna cut it right down the center. Boom. Almost hitting the pit and kind of just working around it. Just like that. All right, put this over here. Definitely don't throw that away. And we're gonna cut that into strips too. Just like that. Okay. All right, now the kiwi. We're gonna cut the end off, cut the top off, and again, we're gonna peel it. Have you ever had kiwi with Pez powder?
No.
You haven't, huh? It's really, really good. I was messing around with it the other day, and it's just so tasty.
I usually like cut the kiwi in half and like eat it with a spoon.
Oh, really? Kind of scoop it out?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Well, I'm gonna make it easy. I'm gonna take all the skin off for you, bud. Okay, so this guy here, maybe what we'll do is we'll just kind of cut him into rounds. Okay, did you see the tostada I made? It's gonna be great. Let's put this together. Okay, so let's do the presentation now. So we're gonna put the plate here with the tostada on this side. So why don't we do like a couple of pineapple spears, maybe 3 pineapple spears, a couple of cucumber.
Stack it up.
Yeah, stack it up. It's kind of fun, right? See, what this is gonna be interesting because these guys are kind of short. So why don't we, here, I'll put this like this. These guys on top, but it makes for a really killer presentation. Ooh, you're like, I want some of that now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Some kiwi slices, kind of just lay them in there. A little artistic presentation, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here, why don't you do this for me? I'll make you kind of just squeeze. There you go. Kind of just squeeze on top all of the fruit, like you do so well.
All of the juice?
Not all of it, but as much as you usually do. Oh wow, that's so good.
Is that good?
Yeah, and you and your friends love this, huh? Like this is like the best. This is like the best healthy snack. I love that you guys love this. Here, go for it. You do this too. Kind of get it all over there. All right, that looks so good. So we got this beautiful tostada.
It's like a sweet and salty.
Yes, exactly. Sweet, salty. It's a little spicy on there as well. Oh my gosh, looks great, right? I mean, look at that. Your friends would be jealous. You're like, whoa, look, what are you putting together, man? That looks great. I don't know what I want to eat first. What do you want to eat first?
I have the mango.
Oh, yeah, I go to mango? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the pineapple. How's that? Cheers.
Cheers.
Really anything where you want that like extras, you know, kind of pop of flavor, it's great on. And it's just one of those things that right now we can't, like there's no going back. We use it on so many different things and we continue to see how versatile it is throughout the kitchen. We are starting to cross promote it and use it with other companies and have them use it on their products as well, whether it's chips or potato chips or tortilla chips, little chili candies, little chili gummies, you know, including a pack of Pez powder perhaps with like their michelada mix or their margarita mix. So there's a lot of different uses that we found for it, and I'm sure we'll come up with a lot more things as we continue to play with the product. And perhaps other flavors. We've talked about doing a yellow version. You know, that really, again, the sky's the limit. We love playing with the different blends, and you know, we have this idea for doing like kind of a yellow pepper, maybe even like a cheesy yellow pepper version. So it might be something down the pipeline.